and welcome to my Tarot Corner. So this reading is going to be around Prince Andrew. And there are conflicting information around Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew, as you all know, has been seen and has been friendly with Jeffrey Epstein, who was a convicted PDF, and he was also jailed for numerous more, I don't know how to say that without being flagged, so more accusations, and he decided to take his own life in jail. And Prince Andrew was very friendly with Jeffrey Epstein, as many other very prominent people, like Bill Clinton, like that lawyer Alan Dershowitz, and even the Israeli Prime Minister, or a past-time Prime Minister, Ehud Barak. So it's not something that is unique for Prince Andrew, but Prince Andrew allowed himself to be photographed walking with Jeffrey Epstein in Central Park in New York, and he was photographed inside Jeffrey Epstein house in New York. So there is a lot of questionable connection between Jeffrey Epstein and Prince Andrew. And then came out Virginia Giuffre, that claimed to be one of Jeffrey Epstein's victims, and she claimed that Prince Andrew molested her when she was 17, which wasn't, she wasn't underage, at least not according to English law. And she produced this photograph that shows her with Prince Andrew at Ghislaine Maxwell's house. Ghislaine Maxwell was Jeffrey Epstein's friend and girlfriend, at times, but she was his longtime friend, and she was grooming girls to be, his victims. And now Ghislaine Maxwell is in jail, and she has done an interview with GB News, and as far as I think it's GB News, I'm not sure, or maybe it's Stock TV, I'm not sure, but at any rate, the information that comes out from that interview is that she's claiming that that photograph was a fake, and that she has no recollection that Prince Andrew ever met Virginia Giuffre. Now, there was supposed to be a trial between that Virginia Giuffre and Prince Andrew, and Prince Andrew was going full force for that trial. He didn't mean to settle, but that trial was at the same year of the Queen's Platinum Jubilee, and it seems that, or it is rumored that Prince Andrew was told by his family members that he should settle because it might take the limelight from the Queen's Platinum Jubilee, and he consented. Now, once he did that, he lost his HRH, he lost his military appointments, he lost all of his, the rest of his jobs within the royal family. And right before Christmas, King Charles, not exactly kicked him out, but closed his the office that he still had in Buckingham Palace. But now, maybe it is. Maybe it is something that comes up because of what Ghislaine Maxwell is saying, but it is rumored that Prince Andrew is, trying to look into ways of suing Virginia Giuffre, or trying to undo the settlement that he has done with her, or find a way to take her to trial. Virginia Giuffre herself is standing into trial in the same accusations as Ghislaine Maxwell's. That is, girls that are accusing her as grooming and abusing them. So he feels that he has this case of going against Virginia Giuffre. And there were rumors that said that he means to try and start using the HRH style again. Now, this morning, Neil Sean did a video in which he claims that Andrew has no intention of using the HRH style, and he and Sarah are claiming that they don't know where this rumor came from, and that is not true. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with an SOS reading, asking if it is a good idea for Prince Andrew to try and sue Virginia Giuffre, or try to reopen the case with Virginia Giuffre. Is it a good idea for him? Will it be beneficial for him? Is it something that he should do? And then I will continue with a few Taraka questions, asking a few more questions about Prince Andrew, rumors that are roaming around with Prince Andrew, but not a lot of questions. So let's start by saying my disclaimer. This is a tarot reading. It is vibrational. It is open to interpretation. It exists as assumptions and speculation, and as such may or may not be true. So please do your own research and decide for yourself. So I'm using the Dreaming Way Tarot, and let's start by clearing the deck. Okay, so is it good for Prince Andrew to start a new legal proceedings against Virginia Giuffre? Is it something that will benefit him? Should Prince Andrew start new legal proceedings against Virginia Giuffre, or try to reopen his previous case with Virginia Giuffre? Is it something that will help Prince Andrew, will help him clear his name? Is it something that will help Prince Andrew? Is it beneficial for Prince Andrew to reopen his case with Virginia Giuffre, or start a new litigation against Virginia Giuffre? Because U.S. lawyers are saying to him that he should be very grateful that he's not in jail and not to start anything against her. So let's see what the cards are saying. And this is an SOS reading. And because this is a question of should he do something, we look at the middle card as an answer, but in this instance, if we get a court card, the answer is yes. So let's see what we get. And what I'm getting here is a court card. So the answer is yes. And the court card is the King of Wands. Now, once again, because in questions of should someone do something, in an SOS question, and when we're getting a court card, the answer is always yes. Now we need to look at the meaning of the card to understand why. Now, the King of Wands is the beginner. He is the initiator. So this is about starting something new. This is not about starting, opening the case that he already finished. This is something that he probably won't be able to do. But it is about initiating a new court case, maybe suing Virginia Giuffre for reparation on what she did to his name, to his reputation. So this card shows that it is something that is good for him to initiate. It is about beginnings. It is about starting something new. And let me look at the affirmation of this card and see if I have something more to say. Okay, so what this card also shows is that Prince Andrew mainly thinks about himself. He's not thinking about the rest of the royal family. He's not thinking about how this might affect the rest of the royal family and how it might affect King Charles and the coronation. He mainly is mainly thinking about himself, but he's very enthusiastic. So he has a lot of enthusiasm. He's very good in new beginnings, and this is why this is a good thing. But he needs to be careful because this card is also a card of impulsivity, on impatience, so and egotistical, and these are the things that he needs to be very careful not to be too egotistical, not to think only of himself without thinking of others, and not to stop to lose interest very easily. Okay, so what do we have on this side? And on this side we have the Page of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles is looking at the King of Wands. And the Page of Pentacles is the card of the orderly page, the one who knows how to deal with money, the one who knows how to deal with everything that is connected to work, someone who is very orderly, someone who's very organized, someone who knows, who adheres to things that he knows, someone who has difficulty in changing things, and he's also someone who is stubborn. And these things are making Prince Andrew even more determined to open that case. Now, you do remember that Prince Andrew is someone that dealt a lot with money issues, with business issues for the royal family, all sorts of investments and business negotiations and all sorts of those things for the royal family. So he knows how to deal with money, how to deal with business things and negotiations. He knows how to do that. And he's very, very determined, and he's very, very stubborn, and he's reluctant to change. So it's very difficult for him to stay in that place of being disgraced. So he is trying to find ways to go back to the way that he was before. It doesn't mean that he is trying to get back his HRH, but he's trying to regain his notoriety, his good name. Okay, on this side we get the Queen of Cups. Wow, 3 court cards. And the Queen of Cups is with her back to the King of Wands. But the Queen of Cups is the queen that is another queen that is mostly thinking about herself. The Queen of Cups is the adventurous queen, but she's the one who can withstand changes. She is the one that changes all the time. She's the one that, and that is why she is with her back, because these two cards are not cards of people that are changing things, and she is. So this is maybe this voice of change, the voice that tells Prince Andrew that he might need to adapt to the change, but it also calls him to go out to that adventure of suing to get his name cleared, to go and destroy in order to rebuild his good name. So to destroy maybe Virginia Giuffre. So this woman is breaking conventions. This woman is even vengeful and resentful. So this is the part in Prince Andrew that is resentful, that is vengeful, and he's not looking at the Queen, because it's not very easy or not very convenient to acknowledge that you have this part in yourself, to acknowledge that you are vengeful, that part of the reason why you want to go out for this lawsuit is to get your revenge in Virginia Giuffre, and not only to get your name cleared. Okay, so now I'm going to do the tarot reading, and so I'm going to shuffle the cards and clear them once again, and then ask the universe to align the cards in the right way to answer correctly my next questions. Okay, so clearing the deck. Okay. So please align the cards in the right way to answer correctly my next questions. Please align the cards in the right way to answer correctly my next questions. Please align the cards in the right way to answer correctly my next questions. So once again, I'm cutting into two. So the first question is going to be, is Prince Andrew trying to get to use his HRH once again? Because we have conflicting evidence here. Many articles in the media are claiming that he is. Neil Sean claims that he doesn't, that he's not. I'm sorry. So let's see what the cards say. And what I'm getting here is the Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords is a no answer. And this card is saying that Prince Andrew is mostly in a place where he's not seeing reality as it is. He's disengaged from reality, has an inability to cope with reality, and probably that is why he is going out on all of those ventures that probably that are not, well, there's no guarantee that those ventures will be good, but he is in this place that he's not seeing reality as it is, but he's not trying to use his HRH. This is a no answer. This is not a yes answer. So he has problem. He is reluctant to face his problems. The problems. He's trying to find magical ways to deal with that. He's trying to find magical solutions, but he has problems in let's say, reinventing himself without the notoriety that the royal family is giving you. So he has problem with that. He's trying to find ways of getting back at least his good name, but he is not trying to use his HRH. Sean is right. Okay, the next question is, will he go back to work with the firm? That means, it doesn't mean that he will use his HRH, but will he go back to work within the firm, do work for the institution, even if he doesn't have the HRH? So, because that was part of the rumors that said that he might go back to work for the firm, even if he doesn't use the HRH. So let's see what we get, and we get the Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands is a message card, but it's leaning towards a yes. Two of Wands is another two card, and as I always tell you, twos are cards that comes after the perfect ace. The perfect ace is the card of wholeness. This is a card of perfection. And then the perfection is just one moment. The perfection is broken, and there is a need to do something in order to move forward. Now, in the Two of Swords, there is the need to see reality, to start doing a list of things that you need to do in order to cope with reality. If you don't do that, then you end up in the Three of Swords energy. In the Two of Swords, there is it's a card of going out on this, embarking on this voyage to get your potential realized. So this is about going back to square one, and I think that I've told you about this before. This is about Prince Andrew, despite the fact that he was in a very maybe high place in the royal family, he might go back to the working for the firm, but in a very, very small capacity. This will be only a beginning. This will be the beginning of his. It will be going back to square one. He will be going back to the beginning of a road to realize a potential. So he will be able to start working there, but in a very small capacity, and it will be a start. So it is a message card, but it is leaning towards a yes. So even if he doesn't use the HRH, he might go back to work for the firm. Okay, so the third question for this reading is not connected to this. There are a lot of rumors in the internet, and Legacy has been, talking about some kind of truth that might come out. And I was thinking about doing this other reading about what might this truth be. But there are rumors, and there is this hashtag trending Meghan Markle yacht girl. And there are rumors that Meghan Markle met Prince Andrew before she ever met Prince Harry. So this is going to be my next question. Did Prince Andrew meet Meghan Markle before she met Harry? So this is the third question. Did Andrew meet Meghan before she met Harry? And it doesn't really matter in what capacity. Meghan herself tried to convince Harry that she never saw Andrew in her life. So what is the truth? And the truth is the Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups is another card, well, it's amazing because all of the cards we got here are twos. And the Two of Cups is another message card, but it is a message card that is leaning towards the yes. And it is about being the suitor and not waiting to be courted. So it was around some kind of a courtship. It was around some kind of a encounter, and it was something that was around well, something that is connected to a romantic encounter, because the Two of Cups usually is about being active, doing something actively, and probably that is what this was all about. Whether or not it was, well, I'm trying very much to be very careful with my answer here and with my interpretation here. Well, it was an active encounter, okay, something like that, and it was something that is connected to a romantic encounter, and there was a meeting. They knew each other before Harry ever met Meghan. Okay, so this is it for this reading and for this tarot. And the oracle card is the divination of the ancient. So let's see, what do the ancient have to say to Prince Andrew around this court case? Okay, so let's clear the deck. And let's ask. So, advice for Prince Andrew around suing Virginia Giuffre. What should Prince Andrew do with the lawsuit against Virginia Giuffre? Advice for Prince Andrew around a lawsuit against Virginia Giuffre. Sorry, everything fell apart here. So the card that I'm getting is footprints, direction. Let's see what it says. So it's an interesting message. What it says is that Andrew has been wondering which way in life he should go. And he has concerns regarding family, career, or life purpose. The answer is this: he needs to go to whichever way that brings him closer to the divine. He needs to seek that which truly feeds his soul, for this will show him the road to tread. Now he needs to be very careful in understanding what this truly means, because the ego has a wonderful way of tricking a person into dreaming up and all sorts of schemes. But the truth is always consistent and loving. So the incantation is, should I go here? Perhaps do that. Be a parent, an artist, a big fat cat. Ego know it, well, forget that. The divinatory meaning is don't let anyone push you off your chosen path. You have an important decision to make. Always choose the road of peace and happiness. Release lack mentality. Listen to your inner guidance. You are on the right path. Interesting. So once again, this oracle card has come to warn Prince Andrew from his ego, just like the King of Wands is coming here to warn Prince Ego from following his ego. So that is one of the things that he needs to be very, very careful about, whichever way he decides to take. So this is it for this reading. I hope you liked it. And if you did, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.